Greetings, everyone. Today we are going to talk about our final year project subject DFT 50114 integrated project. So our topic of our final year project is encrypted password manager using fingerprint and OTP. So as you can see on the bottom there, that is our supervisor, Encik Muhammad Azri bin Hasnan. So let me move forward. First of all, let me introduce myself here first. My name is Kun Ike S. Magindran and my metric number is 01DDT20F1018.
My name is Tarvin son of Murugajan. My matrix number is 01DDT20F1012.
And my name is Sundara Panen Nanalaki Sinasami and my metrical number is 01DDT20F1095.
All right, thank you guys. Okay, so today this is our table of content where today we are going to actually explain all of these 8 important contents. So the first one is product description, and the second one followed with problem and causes. The third one is objective, methodology and materials, and significant and benefits, market potential, and demonstration on the software, on the hardware and software and programming. And final will be the conclusion part. All right, so let me continue forward into by forwarding this section to Sundra.
Well, thank you, Tarvin. Kuhan, first of all, let me explain about the first table of content, which is product description. We are develop an application that stores, manage, and save user account credentials in their mobile phone. This is a crucial issue because every account has a unique credentials. A survey on surrounding people had been done and we found out that many of these people are keeping variety of social media accounts. Moreover, these people frequently forget their credentials and end up with resetting it. In some cases, users unable to reset their account credentials and this will make them difficult to retrieve their account data. Our application will be useful for JTMK students because we are done a specific platform for JTMK students, which is we listing online academics related list in the application. Okay, next. The second one is about a problem cause. There are a few problems that we are trying to solve via this project. The first one is JTMK students doesn't have a place to store unique account credentials in one special vault, which means in Play Store we can find a password manager application that can save username and password, but there is no other application that's specifically made for academics to save username and password. The second problem statement is JTMK students stores their academic website and application unique credentials in decentralized platform, which means they are saving their account credential not in a single platform. Maybe they are just write in a paper or just store phone notes application, or they are just remember their password only. Okay, the third one is about our objective. To develop an application that stores, manage, and save unique account credentials in a one special vault. We are creating a safe vault with OTP, AES algorithm, encryption, and also fingerprint authentication. The second objective is to develop an application that will list out all JTMK academics websites and application in one centralized platform, which means our application will list out all the academics application list when the user adding new account credential into our application. For the next part, I will pass to Kohan to explain the rest part.
Okay, thank you so much, Sundra. Now let me continue. Okay, in terms of the methodology and materials, so we will be using the Agile model in our project, where the Agile model system development was employed for project testing in our case. It prioritizes process flexibility and customer satisfaction through the speedy delivery of a functional software product. The Agile SDLC divides the product into tiny incremental builds. These builds are distributed in iteration. When the job begins, the team goes through a cycle of planning, executing, and evaluation. So as you can see on the picture, you can see it will first start up with requirements, then it will go to design, development, testing, deployment, and final it will be going to review. So these are the 6 important cycle in this agile model. So let me continue more further in terms of the significant and benefits. So by actually making our project, by actually developing our project, what is the benefits it is going to be getting by all the JTMK students and so on. So of course the first one is to make sure that the password and username for their social account stored securely. So has just now earlier Sundra mentioned that we are actually using all the encryption, and we'll be using some fingerprint and OTP. So this all the secure, make the our application more secure. And follow with the second one, to avoid our users by forgetting their account user credentials. So of course nowadays you can see many people are actually forgetting their passwords, and because they actually keep pressing clicking the forgotten password options right every time. And for the third one, the prevent the users from getting into the forget password option. So that is why I mentioned earlier. And follow with the fourth one, ensure our JTMK students to accumulate data based on username and password firmly with multiple security features. So multiple security features before they get into view their username and password in our application. Of course we need to actually get to our fingerprint, OTP. This is all the security, multiple security features for them to actually make their username and their password secure. And final one, and you can see the second last, that is almost users can view account credentials with one touch. So what does one touch means? Actually they did not actually go and actually click so many, they don't have to actually pass through many layout or many interface to get to view their username. So it's actually, of course we want user friendly, right? So that is where we can actually within one touch, within few seconds or within few minutes, we can actually get to view our user account credentials. And the final one is enhance efficiency by listing all the related academic websites and application in our web. So as later when Tarun will be explaining in terms of our application, you'll be getting to view on how the layout will be like when they click, when they actually manage to view the username and the password. When they want to choose our accounts, it will be mainly will be prioritized for the JTMK, all the academics and application, and mainly the websites also you'll be getting to view. So next I'll be passing back to Tarvin actually. So yeah.
Thank you, Kwon. So I'll explain about the market potential. So our application is specially designed for our JTMK students because our JTMK doesn't have any application to store academic credentials so far. So they can use our application to store credential in a secure way. Second is implement email, OTP, and fingerprint as a security features to make only authorized user can access and login successfully and view username and password. And last one is easily access their username and password within a minute and avoid resetting password. Next. So next I will demonstrate about hardware and software in our programming. Now I'm going to demonstrate how our application really works. So when user open our application, it will ask for their fingerprint verification. So this one you cannot see on the screen because this screen recorder block it for the security purpose. So this is our first level security. So user have to verify their fingerprint. So after they verify their fingerprint, this login form will appear. So user, this is our second level security. User have to log in first. So if user doesn't have account, they can register. So in register form we have first name, last name, email, and phone number. So let me enter our first name. So for example, if user doesn't fill any column, for example I didn't fill email and phone number and try to register, they cannot register because these two columns are empty. So let me fill it. Can register. Okay, so our second level security, we passed our second level security. So this is our third level security. User have to verify their OTP using phone number. So here user have to enter their phone number and get OTP. If user doesn't receive any OTP, they can use a resend OTP option to get the OTP. So this is our OTP 356873. Verify. So you successfully log into our main page. Okay, here a user can enter their username, password, and application, their social media application name. So to do that, now they have to click on the plus button down here. So here we defaultly set our JTMK students academic applications, for example CDOS, PUO, ePortal, Zoom, WebEx, Microsoft Office, and Google Classroom. So they can choose any of these, or they may also can use installed app option. So it will list out all the application that user install on their current Android device. So for example, here I'm gonna use Redbus. So if I want to click on Redbus, the application name will fill up automatically Redbus. So here user can put their username, and if I want to put my username, and I input their password. Here user have to reconfirm the password that they entered. If it's the reconfirm password is wrong, they cannot create the vault, so it will pop up the password doesn't match. Okay. After we create the account, the data will save and encrypt. So this one you cannot, the encryption you cannot see, but it will works behind the screen. So if user wanna add another application, so they may go ahead. For example, now I'm going to use on CDOS. Click on CDOS. Okay. Now my username is password. Add condition. So password doesn't match. Maybe I am mistaken. So I created the second account, CDOS. Okay, if user doesn't want to use our JTMK default academics accounts or installed app, they can also type a new app, and they can type their application name on their own. For example, I'm gonna type Facebook, username, password. Successfully created. Okay, now if user want to view their username and password, for example, I want to view my Redbus username and password, so I have to click on it. So after I click on Redbus, it will ask for user's fingerprint verification. So user cannot straight away view their username password. We have to verify their fingerprint, so then only it will decrypt the data. So after user verifies their fingerprint, they can view their username and password. So here user can have two options. Either they can edit their password and username and delete. So if they want to edit, they can use the pencil icon. So here user can edit their new username and password. So the data is updated. So you can view that. So here you can see our password and username is updated. So here we have another option, is delete. If user doesn't want this username and password to save or restore, they can delete straight away from using the delete icon. So that is how our application works. Okay, finally our conclusion. So many many of them among us is facing a problem with managing their username and password. So our encryption Android system will be helpful to our users for keeping their credentials safe in the mobile phone. So they can avoid by resetting their password or click reset button each and every time if they forget their account password. So our system will be safely store this data in ciphertext via AES encryption. So user can store multiple account credential in our application. All the Ungku Polytechnic students are much recommended to use our project as it is only cost RM1 for the installation. So this project will be very helpful for the student who keep forgetting their username and password. So by this scenario, students' academic won't be affected as well. So that's all from our group. Thank you.